You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings. My, visionary dreamers. Y'all caught me in the middle of sipping on my frappe from McDonald's. Yes, I do still go to McDonald's every now and then. I'm so vegan here that every now and then I got to slide out and get my Mickey D's fries, even though they're not good for us. And every now and then I might sneak in a little burger, even though it is the worst for us. So this is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from yourself, saving you from just drowning, and just whatever it is that is holding you hostage and holding you in bondage. Get out your own way and do the damn thing, y'all. And today, I didn't get a chance to invite anyone, so my hope is that everyone knows today. What I have been noticing is that a lot of people pretty much come the next day and download. I get a lot of downloads the next day after the show at times. So either way, I'm just grateful to you guys for supporting the show, and you are the reason why I keep going. You're the reason, even though my days can get a little crazy. I mean, I definitely was up to the minute today, just like the other day. And this is the Chronicles of Living podcast show. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, this show is for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us normal folks. That's what it's all about. And this podcast show, I put this podcast show together just to keep it real. We follow the news, we follow TV shows, reality shows, and whatever, radio shows. And sometimes, we just need just a good old conversation, even though this is I'm so sorry, y'all. That's the Mickey D's. But even though it's not a one-way conversation, because when I say this show is for everyday people doing everyday things, and that's what I do. I just pretty much share with you things that went on from the past, the present, things that I believe is going to happen in the future, just sharing stories with you guys, whether it be my stories, whether it be stories of my loved ones, friends, people in passing that I've met, and just sharing and hoping that you can relate, and that the outcome that I share, and just showing you the benefits that I got out of each situation that I've learned from, that maybe in return is something that you can connect with, and it's something that you can pretty much apply to your life. That is the real reason for this show. Just motivating folk. I just want to motivate folk. I just want to encourage you guys to go out there and to live out your dreams, your visions. Just live them all out, with excellence, and never give up. Never accept failure. Because it's never failure. It's just a different way of learning how to do something. That's all it's all about. And today's topic is you create your destiny, and stop giving media the power. Stop it. Because we really truly are in control of our own destiny if we realize that. Once we get to the place that we understand who we are, why we're here, what we're meant to do, and we get in that space and we get in that spirit, and we really understand what a spirit and a soul is versus what a human body is, and how this body is really just a costume for our true being, our spirit and our soul. This body is a costume. And that's what we got to get to. And I brought this topic up today because I was talking to one of my loved ones the other day, and she was just so frantic-y about, the future, about what is this world going to be? What's going to happen to us with all the news that's going on, the talk. And if y'all been following the podcast, y'all know I really don't do TV like that. And this is the reason why. Because it can steal pieces of your life. And what I mean by that is this. You can wind up getting so reeled into the news. And you need to understand that the news is a program. And when I say program, it is a program. It is something that's meant to program your mind as well, to get you into the program so that your mind can go and start believing everything that's said. You cannot believe everything that the media says because, as the word says, it's a program. It's a program. So while some things are true, some things are put together to put fear in us. The reason why I don't watch much TV is because television is to tell a vision. That is television broken down. It tells a vision. It tells the vision that the network wants it to tell to you. So when they put on these reality shows and you sitting there watching them time after time, and all you see is a bunch of fighting and a bunch of, backstabbing and just a lot of hate, a lot of chaos. You got some reality shows that are peaceful, but most of them that they push are very confrontational. And if you're watching that week after week after week, and you're not a confrontational person, guess what happens? All of that stuff creeps up into your spirit. And then all of a sudden you catch yourself being a little confrontational with whoever, It's just like with the music. So when I said media, I mean of all channels, the radio, the TV, anything, the internet, all of this stuff, your cell phone, all media, anywhere media could come through. You got to be careful at what you watch and what you listen to, and make sure it's something that's going to benefit you, benefit your spirit. I'm not saying don't have fun, don't watch certain movies. I watch movies, I watch action movies and everything, but I also do this. I also realize that you got to pay attention to movies because Hollywood is really deeper than people think. Y'all think it's all entertainment, but some of these actors, actresses, they be trying to send us little messages within those movies. Some of the directors put together movies certain ways so that you can pay attention and they can pre-warn you because they can't really come out and just tell you flat out what's going down, what's really going down, Like I watched, I think it was last week, I watched this movie called The Circle with Tom Hanks is in it. I really think y'all should watch this movie. But understand this, when you're watching, it's not for entertainment. There's a message in this movie, I watched The Kingsman with, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Y'all know I just get, I'm seeing him right in my head. But y'all know when I see, it'll come back to me. Anyway, but The Kingsman. And while the movie is supposed to be kind of like I want to say maybe superhero or something like that, movie is giving you a message within that movie. Both of those movies are basically showing you some of the things that the government, some of the things that the higher folk in charge are trying to, and I say trying to because, hey, we are all in charge of our own destiny and we all can, make choices, but trying to put into place. So, for example, with The Circle, it basically was showing you how much control, people that's in power, the rich folk, the real rich folk, the elite, as they say, how much power they have when it comes to this whole internet, cell phone situation, how much control they have with it. And this is why you got to be cautious and watch how much you be on the internet. Watch how much when you're dealing with your cell phone, always wear earphones and try not to have it close to your body, because whether you realize it or not, that radiation coming from the cell phone can cause cancer, and other different afflictions on your body, because that's radiation going against your skin, and it has been noted. A lot of women, they carry their cell phone in their bra. I see them, I've seen some Muslim carry it on the side of their ear, like underneath their garb, their head piece. Causes tumors, So why am I saying this? When I say you create your destiny, it's because the more you are aware of things, the more you keep up on the real news, not the news, that's when you gain wisdom. That's when you become awake or woke. That's when you wake up. You become aware of what's going on. Because once you wake up, that's when you'll see that this world is really what it's not showing you. This is a totally different monster than what it's showing you. And we have to know how to educate ourselves so that we can educate our families as well. And I try not to get too deep on the show because I said I'm going to keep it simple. But you got to understand, like, at any time, it's just like this. The United States went in debt back in what? I think it was like the 1930s or something like that, the Great Depression. When they decided, okay, we wasn't going to do the gold no more, and it was Great Depression. And so people worry about the future now, right? But dig this, since the Great Depression, we've had a few more crashes. The last one that I can remember, far as when I was old enough, is 2007. We had a crash, and that was in the mortgage business back then. So I know it affected me. So I know how the system is set up. And at any moment, you can lose everything. You can lose everything. I don't care how long you've been working for the job. You got your 401k. I'm just here to tell you, once I got into the whole insurance business, I realized that I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to crush nobody. But 401ks are not really safe. They're not. They're really not. You need to really switch that thing over to an annuity or something like that, because at any moment, if the federal government goes belly flop or whatever like that, it's gone. It can wipe out at any minute. Do you know that if you belong to a bank that the Federal Reserve is connected to, if they decided today, if they went bankrupt today, they can shut your whole account down and nobody won't get any money? And that's my responsibility because of my license, just to warn people. Like, the best thing to do is to make sure you have your money in some type of public bank account or nonprofit. Like I do have one credit union, federal credit union, but I also have a nonprofit credit union, that if anything go down, my money won't be touched in a nonprofit because they are not connected to the system. And this is the only reason why I know this sounds like I'm not on the topic, but I am on the topic because it's like this. If you don't educate yourself on certain things, that's how you get got. I meant to say it that way. That's how you get got. Understand that everybody walking around here, we were born as sovereign beings, We wasn't supposed to be a part of this system. We just accepted this system. That's the thing. We accepted this system because our ancestors accepted this system. Everybody just went along with the status quo. Nobody questioned anything, It's just like now. Everybody think I'm a wild card, but they don't understand. No, I know what's going on. And that's why I chose to start getting into studying holistic remedies, start getting into knowing how to get more connected to my spirit, how to be more into nature and all of this. Because this is the thing. Perfect example. Not we all, but a lot of us, we're so busy focused on status and money and chasing money and status and all of this and having a big car, a big house and all that. But guess what? Hurricane hit, fires hit. Then what? It's all gone. So is that who you are? Was that who you are? I mean, who you was? Because if you put your all into the money and the status and the big house and the big car, and then all of a sudden a natural earthquake came, or man-made, if some people might get that one. Any type of disaster came along and just wiped all of your stuff away. This is what I'm saying about, this is why I keep telling you, value who you are. Learn to value yourself. Because if you just wipe clean butt naked, all you got is you. All you got is you. And so what you going to do? You going to crumble? It's people that actually committed suicide when the market crashed. Because they were so used to the status, the money and all that, they didn't even know how to live. They didn't know how to exist. So basically, money and status is what made them. So when I say you create your destiny, I don't mean creating your destiny as far as being this rich person, having a whole lot of things. I'm talking about your destiny as far as your purpose in life. Like right now, I'm living my purpose in life. I'm not getting a whole lot of money for this. I'm not getting paid to come on here and talk to you and share information with you. And I'm definitely going to really start sharing even more information with you, especially when the blog comes up. I know I've been talking about this blog for a minute, right? But understand, I really, really want to put some good information on there for you guys. On the blog, I'm going to go deep because it's going to be available for you to pick and choose what you want to read, what you want to learn. So like at any moment, they can get rid of the dollars, our currency. They've been talking about it for years, getting rid of our currency. And a lot of people don't know about the different currencies out here. A lot of people don't know, like, okay, a place like Norway is like, they're basically one of the only places that have no debt. Their money is safe. A lot of people don't know about Bitcoins. A lot of people don't know about, as far as buying little pieces of gold and silver. A lot of people don't know about bonds and CDs and stuff like that. Although I'm kind of biased about the CDs because they don't really grow your money like that. But there are so many different other currencies. And if they decide to get together and make this a whole chip up everything, some folk gonna be lost. Especially if you don't know how to live in nature. If you don't know how to heal yourself, if you don't know how to eat right, you stuck on meat and all of this stuff. And this is nothing. I just had a hamburger. I'm telling y'all. But what I'm saying to y'all is this. You don't have to worry about your future. As long as you continue to educate yourself, research, keep your eyes open. Get out that TV sometimes. Instead of watching TV, go throw on some type of documentary. Go learn something. Go, get your household together as far as, with the water and because they fluoride. They got fluoride in the water. Thank God we are on a well. We have our own water here. But, the poison, the water is really poison. Public water is in a lot of places, and they really zero in on certain communities, really more so the poorer communities, And I know y'all think this was going to be a little fluffy podcast, but I just wanted to keep it real this time. For real. We got to start waking up, y'all. We got to start waking up, even with the health, with the health industry. It's all about the money. It's all about greed. They pushing all these different vaccines, coming up with, get your vaccine for this because you don't want to get that. They just making up stuff. And everybody go run and get them and don't question nothing. Everybody go run and get the flu shot and don't question nothing. And it's sad that, I know if you work in the medical field, they force you to get it. But, hey, I'm here to tell y'all, if don't get it. Y'all better do y'all research. Because, you kind of put yourself in a position, this is what I'm saying about, don't give the media the power. You can take the power back. The fear, any type of fear that when the president comes on, well, I guess I'll say Donald Trump, when he comes on and he talks and whatever like that, he is a man that actually is a puppet that does what everybody else says, even though he's trying to have control. But the bottom line is this: nobody has any control over you but you and God. That's it. For real. And that's what you gotta do. And this is why I'm trying to tell y'all, go out there and start doing your purpose. Because it's like this. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're blessed more. I'm not saying you're not blessed when you're not. But what I'm saying to you is, all those who do believe in a higher power, you doing things to help the world. You're doing things to add to people's lives. That's your purpose. You're not going nowhere until you complete your purpose. You're not going nowhere unless you kill yourself, But when it's your time, it's your time. And we got to know that this is a costume. So when it's your time, it's just your time to leave this earth, to leave this realm of spirituality. Your spirit lives on. A lot of people can argue about heaven and hell, but long as your spirit lives on. And so you lose a loved one, don't feel sad. You feel happy that they're going on to the next, the next level. Feel happy for them that you had a chance to know them. Remember the good stuff, And I know this is not my normal type of podcast, but I'm just flowing with my spirit right today. And this is where my spirit is right now. And for whatever reason, like the music industry is really crazy right now. It's crazy. It's sad. It's sad because music is such a beautiful thing. And that is the reason why when I was into music, I decided to go independent, because the demands of the big companies, the big corporate companies, is basically you sell your soul to them. There's so many artists out here that's miserable. They're miserable, but they're stuck because what did they do? They went for the dollar signs. They went for the ching ching, and that's all. They didn't know who they was. They didn't value themselves. They thought that the money brought them power and would get them more friends or more women or more men or however, So they wasn't cool with who they were. And that's okay. But it's just at some point you got to wake up and realize that money is not everything. Yes, it does help to make sure you can have all your bills paid and all of this stuff. Yes. But once you get to the point that you know who you are, you won't fall for anything and everything. And your life is going to flow the way it's supposed to flow. And everything is just going to start coming to you little by little. You're going to have everything that you need. God is going to make sure all of your needs are met. It's times when I didn't have no money in my pocket and whatever was in front of me, it was met. The need was met. I didn't have to worry about it. God always worked it out for me because I believed and I knew who I was and I didn't compromise myself for certain things, And it's been positions that I've been in where I could have compromised myself. I could have had a whole lot more out as far as money goes, but I wouldn't have been, as happy as I am now. Plenty of opportunities came my way. I just think I was just tested to the max. There's plenty, if I think back, but I'm so glad now, since I know who I am, that I said no to a lot of opportunities that came across my path. Because when I look at certain people that was involved in those opportunities, and I think about them now, I'm like, wow, thank you, God. Thank you that you gave me a strong intuition. And not only that, you gave me this strong connection to my intuition, to my spirit, to follow it so that I wouldn't get caught up. I talked to a friend of mine in California that was in the music business, and we just had a deep conversation about what it has became and the things that people, what they require from you. And it's sad because it's like, it's so many talented people out here, and if they don't know and they're gullible, they get caught up because they want to be on the magazines. They want to be, and that's okay. That's okay, But like I said, as long as you have the wisdom and the knowledge so that it could be done in the right way. And this is what I'm saying about, again, creating your own destiny and stop giving the media power. But you can't stop giving them power until you educate yourself. Until you know what is the right thing to do. It's like creating your destiny. You know that you shouldn't be eating a certain way. You know that you haven't been feeling good, but you don't want to go to the doctor. Now you're causing more illness on your body. But you got a family. So that's not fair to them. So that's being selfish. It's what I'm saying. You create your own destiny. You have the power. You have the power to eat right. You have the power to exercise. You have the power to, when you know something's going wrong in your body, to go get checked. But you also have the power to know when you go get checked, not to just gobble down any type of medication that they just throw at you. You got the power to sit up there and read what's the side effects and research a natural remedy instead. Research some herbs that you could take to see if that's going to help you. But we don't want to do that. It's easy, but it's hard. It's really easy, but it's hard. You get what I'm saying? To everybody, it's hard. It's hard to just go Google high blood pressure, what herbs are good for this, or what essential oils is good for this. That's hard to people. People would rather go into the doctor because the media show you different commercials of all these different medications that can help cancer, heart disease, and all this, but people don't listen to the disclaimers at the end that says may cause a heart attack, may cause bleeding, may cause suicidal thoughts. Y'all don't listen to that part. Y'all just pop the pill because is on the commercial and the doctor said this is what you need to take. You just gonna believe them. But it's all about the money. It's some doctors out here that's really they really got in the field because they really want to heal people. But then it's doctors that get caught up. I mean, they got big student loans, they got pay off, So some of them get caught up. And then if they work for a certain hospital, it's kind of like they got to make a certain quota or whatever like that, So you got to, this is what I'm saying about your destiny, like, you can destroy your destiny before you even get there because you just want to just take and believe anything that's thrown at you because of a commercial, because this drug was on a commercial. You saw the lady and the man just floating across the grass and all happy, and they just put the medication, the name of the medication on there and the box color or whatever like that. And that's what's in your head now. That's all you remember. So when you go to the doctor now, they saying, oh, you got this, so you got to take this. And you remember that name because the television showed you that medicine before you went to the doctor. Now you're going to just take it without getting a second opinion, without, researching the effects on it. How long has this medication been out? And then next thing you know, you taking it. Now all of a sudden, you're one in because you had high blood pressure. Now all of a sudden, your liver then broke down. This is what I'm saying. You got to be more careful out here. Because a lot of people don't know this, but we all are walking around here and really, by right, we're billionaires. A lot of people don't understand what that birth certificate really is. It's really a certificate. It's really a bond. It's really a bond. Do you understand that they trade us off on the stock market? They trade our birth certificate bonds off on the stock market. But again, I'm getting too deep. I don't want to get too deep. But this is what I'm saying. Instead of me watching television, I go and research certain things. I want to know who I am. I want to know why this world exists. I want to know about the system. And that's what I do with my time. Yes, like I said, I do watch movies. But I'll watch a movie and I'll analyze the shit out of that movie too. Like, what's up with this? Let me see. Some movies are just pure entertainment. Definitely. But sometimes, even though you watch the little Disney cartoons, they have messages, subliminal messages in it. But y'all won't want to hear that. Y'all taking the kids to go see that. And I watched it too. Till I started learning. Everything in this world is not what it seems. It really isn't. And like I said, I don't want to sound weird on y'all, but it really isn't. If y'all ever heard of the Matrix movie, y'all need to go back and watch it again and watch them all back to back. That movie is showing you a whole lot that we don't realize, and that's basically we caught up in the Matrix. This is the Matrix. This world is the Matrix for real. So that's what I'm saying about follow your dreams, follow your visions. Follow your vision, not the television, but follow your visions. You have your own visions for a reason. Once you get rid of that clutter in your brain and you really start getting true to you, you start getting more connected to your spirit and your soul. And when I say that, I'm not talking about you got to go to church or you got to go to, any type of religion. That's not what I'm talking about. Because people fail to realize the church is within you. And that says it right in the Bible. It says that the church is within us. Sometimes some people can't get to church. I haven't been to a church and I don't even know how long. And I can tell you this much. I'm probably more spiritual than some of the people I know go to church faithfully. I hate to say it that way, but some of the people, if I would have never been brought up in a church, I'd probably be against the church from these people that I met, put it that way. But I know it's not all about the church or the pastor. It's just per church and per pastor, But you have to have church with yourself. That's what you have to learn. Have church with yourself. Stay happy. There are going to be a lot of situations that's going to come up in your life that's going to get you a little down, that's going to make you feel like, what is it all for? Is it worth it all? But again, you are in charge. Don't ever believe that you're not. You are in charge of you. Always remember that. It's like when they come on with their scare tactics, talking about all these different events and stuff like that. And yes, we are seeing a lot right before our eyes. But if you prepared, meaning like if you gain that knowledge on how some survival skills, there is an app out, a survival skills app out. Maybe you need to look on your app, just so you could just have a clue. And I'm not trying to be depressing and all of that whole bit, but if all of the people that went through the hurricane, that went through, the floods and all of this stuff that made it through, if they had certain, not saying that some of them didn't, there's plenty of them that do have survival skills, but some of them, like simple things like knowing how to swim, knowing about camping and outdoors and different just stuff. Because remember, like, we didn't always have houses. We didn't always have electric. We didn't always have all of this stuff. But where we think that more technology is better for us, sadly to say, is really not, because it's kind of handicapping us. You tell me, if you lost your cell phone today and you was just lost. My mom had a nightmare one time. She was somewhere out, didn't know where she was, and she lost her cell phone in this dream. She lost her cell phone. And she was lost, and she could not call nobody, because guess what? She didn't know nobody number by heart. You tell me, and I bet you a lot of y'all laughing right now, because I guarantee you, some people don't even know their own damn cell phone number. Go figure that one. But some people don't, because you get locked in and you just put everybody in the connections and all. And this might be a small thing, but it's a big thing. Because what if you get caught out there somewhere? What if something happens, come across and you somewhere in a flood or whatever like that, and your cell phone get wiped away? Who can you call? You're creating your own destiny by staying in the dark, by not preparing for certain things. And I'm not saying live your life preparing, but what I'm saying is little things like that. At least remember in your top 5 people phone number by heart. Put it on your refrigerator. I used to do that for my son. Keep top 5 people that I know are reliable. I put those phone numbers on the refrigerator so he would know it by heart. So that if I was out and anything was to go down, he had the top 5 people to call. And I would tell him, you better memorize their numbers. How many of y'all know your top 5 people address? And I know y'all laughing, because I'm guilty of it too. I don't know everybody's address. We just know the house. We know the block. We go around, we know the block, we know the house. What's the address though? What's the full address? How many times you've been to somebody's house and you text them and say, what's your address again? This is what I'm saying. Just be prepared. Be prepared at all times. Have certain things. Teach your kids this stuff. Teach your kids. Write the phone numbers in their books. Make them recite it to you over and over again. Because God forbid, if something happened to you, then your kids, who can they call? These are things we don't think about. Because we're just so used to just living our lives and just everything just flowing. And, these are important things we do not think about. Teach your kids how to swim, y'all. Teach your kids how, for emergencies, how to get out the house. Teach your kids a safe place to meet up if something happens. Not just your kids, your loved ones, your spouse, whoever. I'm going to be here. If something was to go down, I'm going to be here. And I know y'all like, why is she talking like this? It's because I've been getting phone calls and conversations of people scared. Like they watch the news, they watch, they watching certain YouTube videos and all like that. And I'm not going to say I was guilty of it too some years ago. And I had my son watching every doggone video with me. But when I was watching those videos, I let him know, like, look, I'm not letting you watch these videos for you to put fear in your heart. I'm watching making you watch these videos with me so you can have the knowledge and the wisdom in case any of this stuff go down, you know what's up. You know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing. We don't do that with our kids, though. We think that, and I think at that time he might have been like 7, 8 years old. But I guarantee you this, he remember every last damn video that we watched. You know what I mean? And some of the stuff is being talked about today. So he's aware. He's awake. You know what I mean? I share stuff with my daughter and I tell her, like, look, this is what you need to teach them. This is what you need to put them up on. This is what you need to feed them. You need to don't give them this. Don't give them that. Don't let them eat this. Don't let them eat that. Change up the milk. Don't give them no milk. Give them almond milk. People don't realize, man, like, we hold the key. We hold the key to our health. We hold the key to our mindset. We hold the key to how our spirit is, because our surroundings, sometimes you might not be able to help your surroundings, but you can help your surroundings. You get what I'm saying? You might not be able to help your surroundings, but you can help your surroundings by making a space for yourself in your surroundings so that you can keep your spirit right, so that you can have your time, even if it's just a little corner or something. The people that you're surrounding yourself with, all of that, that's stuff that you have the power to change at any time. That could be keeping you from your destiny. That could be keeping you from your purpose in life. All of these things. And I know I said a lot today, but what I'm hoping is that this podcast show right here will wake some people up. Because that's really what I'm here for. I want to share with you guys. I just want everybody to wake up, for real. Because life is not, this world and this life is not really what it seems. And there's so many things that, these elites and, government or whatever is trying to put into place. And understand this, anything that's given to you free phones, free antenna boxes, all that type of stuff, you don't want that stuff. Trust me. Because they videotaping you. They listening. They, even though they got cameras all the way around the board. Your cell phone is, I just want y'all to watch the movies. I'm not even going to get into it. Watch the movies. Watch The Circle. Watch The Matrix. Watch The Kingsman. It's a ton of other movies. But I think those movies, because they're not as deep as some of the other movies, and plus they're more entertaining. Because I'm saying this stuff to you, I think you're going to catch the message. I think you're going to get it once you watch them. But and nobody's paying me to promote their movie. I wish I was getting paid to promote them, but I'm not promoting them for that. I'm promoting them for you to gain knowledge and start opening your eyes to things and understanding that certain things that you carry as a convenience they can try to one day use against us to control us. That's all. So with all that being said, I hope I didn't get too deep. But listen, I'm going to speak what's on my heart. I'm here for y'all. And I just really hope that y'all get a lot out of this and understand what I mean by titling, this podcast, You Create Your Own Destiny, and Stop Giving the Media Power. It wasn't about the fluff when I said your own destiny. It wasn't about that. It was about creating your own destiny within yourself, within your being, within your spirit, within your soul, and knowing what's right for you and what's not, and understanding to question everything. Question everything. I'm going to say it again. Question everything. If your spirit ain't right about a certain thing, question it. You go to the doctor and they try to push something on you. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Some of these doctors are actually setting up camp in some of the poorer communities just to diagnose people with cancer that don't even got cancer. And they believe them. So what they do, they get radiation. It's a lot of money. It's big bucks. Watch them vaccinations with your kids. I already told my daughter, she knows. She don't co-sign on those vaccinations. As somebody told me before, you got immigrants over here never get vaccinated. They don't get sick. So why are we getting vaccinated with all these different new vaccines? Why? Breaking down our blood and our bones and all of this stuff. Do your research, y'all. Do your research. If not for yourself, for your family, So hopefully I ain't get too deep for y'all. Y'all ain't weird nobody out, but I'm just coming from my heart. This is where I'm at. I love everybody and I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to wake up to what really is going on. And I want everybody to create their own destiny, because that's what we're here to do. We all have assignments. Don't be lazy on yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat your spirit. Don't cheat your soul. Don't do it. So with all that being said, I really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. I might not have met you physically, but in the spirit world, I love all of y'all. And I just want everybody to be safe. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Until next time, Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m., this is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from yourself. Get out your way. Do the damn thing. And this is Chronicles of Living podcast show. Love you guys. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesofliving.com. Until next time, this is ADionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.